All right, before I get to my track report, I'd just like to tell a little story. That earlier today, I shared an office with Mr. Fornachari, and earlier today we were talking, and he said, man, I hope there aren't that many coaches that talk too long tonight. I hate it when they talk too long. Everybody's sitting there and gets uncomfortable. And I said, all right, Dave, I always go first because I do cross country. And so I'll get up and I'll say a few words, try to remind everybody to keep it short. And of course, he's the one that interrupts me when I'm right in the middle of it. I'd also like to point out that Mr. Fornachari has thus far given the longest speech of the evening. Yeah, that's why I want to go up before Corrosion. I can make that point. The Cavalier Award for track is one of those that's really 4 years in the making. It goes to a young man who's been part of the track team since he was a freshman, and actually the cross-country team as well. He's my workhorse. He's just keeps at it, and he's the type of athlete that doesn't call a lot of attention to himself. He just turns in one good performance after another. I often tell him that he doesn't look like a long-distance runner. He doesn't have the build of a long-distance runner. He doesn't have the stride of a long-distance runner, but he's a damn good long-distance runner. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that works, but it works for me. I also have him in class. I've taught him for a couple of years in Latin. He's an excellent student. He's got a great deal of integrity. He's laid back and cheerful and receptive, and he's a great kid to have, not only on our team, but at our school. And I think that this past season, I've coached him for 8 seasons now. I think this past season for track in the spring was his best. He competed in a variety of different events, but he's really kind of focusing on the mile. We have a meet at the end of every year called the Draper Invitational, which is at St. Stephen's, and this is a meet for which you have to qualify. You have to hit a certain mark to be even allowed to compete. And this was the first year he finally qualified for that meet. But his goal wasn't that. His goal was to break the 5-minute mile. He was getting very close all season. He ran a 5:03, and then he ran a 5:02, and a 5:01, and finally he broke the 5-minute mile at this very last race. He ran a 4:55. He broke it by 5 seconds. He's had the best race of his whole career for his very last race, and I'm so very proud of him. The Cavalier Award for track this year goes to